Welcome to LASOM Athletics. My name is Lucas and this is Aqua Marina Hyper stand-up paddleboard review. To start with, let's have a look at the specifications of this particular board. The Aqua Marina Hyper is the iSUP, which stands for inflatable stand-up paddleboard. So in order to use it, you have to pump it up with the air using the pump provided, but we're going to get that later on into the video. And after you use it, you can deflate it and pack it away. So in essence, it's very portable. Also, this particular board is made of double layer PVC material and it has double wall fabric drop stitch core. The Aqua Marina Hyper is a touring iSUP in regards to its shape, meaning it has a pointed nose and it is slightly wider compared to some other boards, for example, all-round boards. Also, what that means is potentially providing you with a higher efficiency and performance, but that of course depends on your general skills and experience. Also, in general, the touring boards are better for speed and they are better for covering long distances, but all that comes as a cost of being quite challenging, especially for beginners, and being quite challenging on rough waters. The Aqua Marina Hyper is 11 foot 6 inches in length, which translates to 350 centimeters. Also, it's 79 centimeters wide and 15 centimeters thick. It weighs 9.8 kilograms and it can take a maximum load of 145 kilograms. Also, the volume of the board is 315 liters. The Hyper model has a new double chamber construction for extra stiffness and safety. That extra stiffness comes at a cost, which translates to slightly added weight to the board as a whole construction. In regards to the safety, the idea behind the double chamber construction is that when the outer layer of the board gets damaged, the inner layer still holds its air and the buoyancy and allows you to get to the shore and the shallow waters and get some rescue. Due to that, there are two air valves, one towards the front just off the middle of the board, which we pump first up to 10 psi, and that's the inner chamber air valve. Second is towards the back of the board, we pump it up last, that's the outer layer air valve, and we pump it up to 15 psi, which is equivalent to 1 bar. On the top deck of the board, we've got nice diamond pattern grooving foot pad made of an EVA foam, providing ultimate comfort and grip. At the front and the back of the board are 4 stainless steel D-rings, so 8 in total, where you attach provided bungee cord for your storage. At the middle of the board there is a carrying handle, which makes it easier to carry the board around when inflated. At the back of the board is a tail kick pad for performing the pivot turns and cutbacks. Also at the back of the board there is another stainless steel D-ring for attaching your leash, which is provided in a set, made of straight expandable band. Underneath the board is a single 12-inch removable slide-in racing fin. Also underneath the board is a tail strip to minimize the wake loss during high-speed paddling and to boost overall performance. The Aqua Marina Hyper comes in a set with the accessories. What you get in a box alongside the board, of course, are zip backpack, the double action pump, which allows you to pump the board much easier and faster. I'm going to touch on that in a second. Also in the box you get, mentioned earlier, racing fin and a safety leash. The whole set is missing the paddle, so you have to get that separately. Let's touch on the double action pump and let me tell you why it is an amazing addition to your whole set. Double action pump, as I said earlier, allows you to pump your standard paddleboard much quicker and easier with a fewer strokes. Double action meaning that you can switch between double action mode and a single action mode. Now let me tell you how to do it and why would you potentially want to do that. Step number one is start pumping your board with a double action mode. You want to do that until you reach just about 7 psi. Now, double action meaning that while you pull in the pump handle up, the air gets into the board, and as you push in the handle down, the air will also get into the board, and due to that you're going to pump the board much faster. Now, the pressure is fairly low, so the resistance on the pump is as well fairly low. When you reach about 7 psi, that's step number 2, you're going to switch to single action mode. And that means basically that the air will only get into the board while you pressing the handle down. And when you over 7 psi, you realize that the handle on a double action mode will feel heavier because the pressure is much heavier. Hence the resistance, it's greater. So by switching it to a single mode, you are going to feel much easier to pull the handle, and then you can use your body weight to push it down and get more air to the board and get it to desired pressure. That's basically how it works. To round it up, the Aqua Marina Hyper is a great stand-up paddleboard. It comes in an amazing set packed with accessories. The board itself looks amazing, it feels very durable, and the overall weight is good. I would recommend to buy additional carrying straps. That's if you don't want to deflate your board every time you are taking it to a nearby destination. It's just easier to carry it on your shoulder rather than hold it in your hand. If you are at the beginnings of your SUP journey, then remember that this is the touring board, hence it can give you some trouble in regards to finding your balance before you get the full feel of the board and finding your place on it. On the flip side to that, once you gain some skills and experience, it will provide you with an amazing progression and transition to more advanced boards, maybe even pro type of boards like a racing boards. With the Aqua Marina Hyper, you are almost getting everything that you need to use it straight from the box, since the paddle isn't provided and is not included in the set. Nevertheless, I would still recommend this setup for anyone who wants to start or continue their SUP lifestyle. That being said, my name is Lucas, this is LASOM Athletics, and as always, remember, be inspired, be creative, and be active. I'll see you soon.